Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English, and what you're watching is Daily Flash, a show for you. We get you updated with today's trends, tomorrow's talk, and of course, you are the most important part of this show. James Alexander's in our Flash back room here. Of course, he's working social media.
Yeah, man, I have an amazing question of the day for you guys. You ready?
Yes.
All right.
If you could see any artist or band, past or present, live in concert, who would it be?
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Mine's Van Halen. I miss the original incarnation of Van Halen. I miss it even when they went on their second tour, which wasn't all that great. Their final tour, rather.
Ooh, Michael Jackson.
MJ? Yeah.
Really?
I would like to see
That
Michael
would be neat.
Jackson.
Just
Yeah.
say you did
Wow.
that.
Okay.
Just to say I saw him. Yeah.
All right, folks, get a hold
Yeah.
of us. Matt Doolittle, tell us how. What's up, Matty?
You can go to our website, dailyflashshow.com. Mine, by the way, is Elvis. I would have loved to have seen Elvis live. I
Okay,
feel
I
like
want to
that,
change mine to Elvis.
that would have been pretty cool. You can head to our website, dailyflashshow.com, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Let us know who your artist would be. Send us a note, flash@dailyflashshow.com. I mean, the energy that had to come off of Elvis, and I would have fought those women for one of those scarves.
Hey, now.
One of those sweat scarves that he did. It was pretty good.
Really?
Heck
Matt,
it's Elvis.
Yeah, it's funny. You get a scarf from anybody, and like, that's a scarf. But if it's an Elvis, apparently you die for it.
We went to an Elvis tribute concert in
Yes.
Vegas, and it was the most
Actually,
amazing
it
thing
was
I've ever
fun.
been to.
You know all the songs. That's what's
Yeah,
fun.
that's
and
the
the
nice
energy.
part,
Yeah, I
right?
like that.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
you like Elvis, you gotta love Little Richard then.
No, you don't.
Oh,
I would like to see. I would see Little Rich. I think the guy's very talented.
Yes.
But I don't know if he would be on my list.
You know who I saw in concert? James Brown.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh!
Lucky you.
I am telling you, what a performance! That was great.
Neil Diamond was somebody I had tickets for, and I got check. I go, you know what? I like to go to Neil Diamond, and it was also box seats when I got to see it,
Ooh,
so it was really nice.
fancy.
So it's a Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
You don't have to be going. Yeah, you can just be
Yes.
enjoying the music.
You're
say
not
about
down in
me-
the mosh pit.
No, I didn't go down there.
What's it say about me that I've seen Barry Manilow twice?
He writes the songs that
That
make
makes
the
the
young girls
girls
cry,
cry.
buddy,
Yes.
and they
At
want
the
them sweaty scarves.
Copa
Copa and American Bandstand. A lot of people don't
Yes.
realize he wrote American Bandstand.
you really?
Born a rockin', blue, blue, blue.
That
oh,
totally
man.
sounds like a Barry Manilow song.
It is him.
Okay, big question for you guys. I know you guys have recently been married. Would you let a brand sponsor your wedding?
Yep.
Yes.
Really?
100%.
I think the
hesitation.
industry that I'm in lends itself, like I wouldn't have a problem.
Okay.
Now, my wife Liza probably would have an issue with it or
Yeah.
whatever, but if I go, honey, it's going to save us a lot of money.
Yeah.
She's very good with that kind of stuff.
The stats are pretty interesting.
Okay.
65% of people said absolutely.
65, sure.
If you sponsor
60.
65% of my wedding. So if they
okay.
cover the costs of 65% of the wedding, they said, yeah, no problem. James, I hear him hemming and hawing.
Yeah, I like it, but for me, it depends on the brand.
Oh, I was
so
gonna.
you can't
I
bring
thought you were gonna
everybody
say
to
wife.
the party.
Yeah, well,
No, I don't want those. But
Depends on the brand. Okay. For
it
instance,
depends on the brand.
If it was a signature cocktail, what would?
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's like, hey,
Hennessy.
everybody try it. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
Hennessy. Okay, all right. So a brand-inspired signature cocktail, people agreed
Always
58%. The brand logo on a table, invite,
Yeah,
signs.
that's fine.
No problem. I mean,
You're okay with that?
So far, no problems.
Brand product given out on the day.
Meaning, like, if
Like you're giving out Reese's Pieces or M&Ms or bottled
Okay.
wine or whatever. All right, what about a brand logo on the wedding cake?
no. That's where I
No,
stop. I would say no.
really?
Yeah, I would say like that is the one. Well, first time you're going to cut it, anybody's going to eat it or whatever. But that's like that would be the staples of a wedding. It's almost like if you had up at the podium where the preacher is
Yeah.
a big flashing commercial or
Sponsored
whatever.
by
Sponsored by.
Fleischmann's. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would let them sponsor the reception. How about that?
Okay.
But the cake is obviously part of the reception.
Yeah.
weddings are
And you're taking pictures and everything.
I didn't realize the nitpicking and the nickel and diamond and everything. Anybody
sir.
that can help cover that, please.
Yeah,
please
you're
do.
in. Okay. What about mascots attending your wedding?
Yep.
A logo or a brand mascot?
That's why I had
We
Matt.
tried to get an astronaut.
Did you really?
Well, I had Mitch as my mascot.
Okay.
And Matt was played Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
And he was Burt Reynolds all night.
Okay, but if you were to allow a mascot
Yes.
brand like
Like Stuff the Magic mascot. You know
There
what?
you
The
go.
Green Giant.
If
Like
Mickey
the
Mouse
Green
wanted to
Giant.
show up to my wedding, I would totally
Well,
approve.
You would
of
do
that.
that's
that.
different. Weird,
Okay.
one of those weird ones.
a mascot or brand representative officiating your wedding? 20% said, heck yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, all right. I do
Okay,
that. That's fine.
you'd be into that?
I think so.
Okay.
Sure. I'm liking this idea so far. I'm just
Okay.
seeing lots.
What
of
was your
like-
name that you went by of mine with your cowboy hat? You had a whole character.
I did. I forgot. I'll have to think of it. Yes, I remember. I did. I had to. Because I got that new white hat. It was really
Yes,
cool.
there's a whole.
Dang it! And you had a theme wedding too, which I love.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Mention a brand in the vows. No, you wouldn't do that. 18% said they would. They wouldn't mind.
I take Dearly Beloved, brought to you by Goodyear, Chevrolet, Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
James, you said you would?
I would. I would have Darth Vader marry me.
Oh, that's good.
And I would, get married and call myself a Sith. So yeah, I would.
Okay, so completely sponsored by Star Wars. All right, what about a brand logo on a wedding dress or a tuxedo?
That's cheesy to me.
Really?
Yeah, that's too much. You do that now. That's where my limit is.
Cool.
17% said yes. They would. They'd go for it.
Yeah, there you go. Summer's Eve, right there.
Brought to you by Chevrolet. I'm telling you, they give you a free car.
Yeah,
It's fresh.
Your wedding, if you
It's
think
fresh.
about it, your wedding is a lot like NASCAR because you're just going round and round and sort of. And watch out for turn 4 because
Yep,
you
turn
know,
4. That's where it gets squirrely.
One last stat for you guys, which I found was really interesting. 21% of men compared to 14% of women said, let's go for it.
The guy said it?
The guy
Yeah.
said
How about that?
they would sponsor the wedding, no problem.
And 14% of the women that said that,
Yeah.
hey, I that's a good woman. I think.
If
you
it
have.
saves you money,
Exactly.
why not?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think so. I think we put so much into
Yes.
these weddings, and it's obviously $1 billion of industry. And I guess with the ROI from those sponsors, there's going to be the pictures that you're going to be taking. So they would want
The
their
return on the investment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that they would want be able for it to be known or seen
Yep.
on social media. So I imagine your popularity or maybe your presence online would have to have something along those.
Yeah, if you're an influencer or you've got a certain amount
That's
of
the only way I
followers.
could see would be effective for them.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, why would they do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know some Disney influencers get married at Disney and then they're able to write off their wedding because they use that as part of their job, quote unquote.
I don't know if Uncle Sam would see it in the same way. I don't know.
I'm sure
I'm
there's some
thinking.
creative
Yes, some
accounting
creative
you can do.
financing. Sure.
But-
Well, yeah, let us know what you
Well,
think.
hold on. Now,
yeah,
the
no,
non-married person on
Yes.
here, what would you? Would you?
Oh, 100%.
You would
yeah.
do it?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, that surprises me. That's great.
Yes.
Brought to
Who
you
would-
by,
okay,
brought to you by
what-
Land Rover.
What would
Land Rover.
what would you say? I would do every industry except I would not let this industry be the industry that it would be the sponsors.
I probably wouldn't want a brand logo on my dress.
Okay.
Yeah, I might draw the line there. But everything else.
You are your own brand. if you
Yes,
think about it.
exactly.
Why
yes.
would you need
Why
somebody
would I
else?
need that? Yes, darling.
Okay, but
Yeah.
folks at home might have a different opinion.
Yeah, let us know. dailyflashshow.com. James, can we put this up as a question of the day? Coming
Yes,
up?
we can.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
Absolutely. We're gonna add it to right now.
Okay, perfect.
You
All
haven't
right.
done it already, James? What the hell are we talking about?
Well, he's busy getting
I
Get
move
him
handsy.
up
fast,
there.
man. I'm
Why are
listening.
you-
I'm
you're-
paying attention. I move fast.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, bud. All right, anyway, we want to hear from you. Our website is dailyflashshow.com, and of course, on social media, just look for Daily
Yeah.
Flash, plain and simple. Now, I would need a sponsor for this one
Yes.
because there's no way I could ever be
I'm
able
with
to
you.
buy it. But some trending stories here. Folks cannot wait to get their white little claws onto this cocktail.
I don't know about this one.
A luxury Bloody Mary. It's served with, get this, an entire Maine lobster.
Come on.
You are seeing it on your screen.
Oh,
It's
that's
hanging
cool.
over the rim. It's on the menu at Claudio's Waterfront in Long Island.
Long
Customers-
Island.
Of course
Long
it
Island.
is.
They can't get enough of the crustacean creation and are willing to shell out $120 for the Bloody Mary. The 155-year-old seafood house put the lavish tomato juice and vodka drink on its menu. It happened last year. It's garnished with 1.5 pounds of lobster, shrimp, and strips of bacon. Would this help your hangover? Because that's what the Bloody Mary was supposed to be for, right?
Yeah, I think so.
For the most part.
Yeah. Hair of the dog.
A little hair of the dog
Yeah.
on that. I think that look, restaurants will do this because obviously now we're talking about it.
Sure.
And they're like, hell, if somebody will pay $120 for it, yeah, we'll make it. Why not?
Yeah.
It gets more and more creative. That looks like a
That's a
picture.
picture of
You'd have to share this.
Yeah,
Can we
that's
throw
a
it up
picture
there
of
again,
Bloody
Keegan?
Mary. Yeah.
You would have to share this. If you could drink all of this, you need to see a doctor afterwards.
I'm sorry, but at some point the drink turns into a buffet. Like, I don't want to have to eat my drink. I'd like
You're
to
right.
at least have the cocktail and maybe the entree.
And you know, a lot of like I said, these restaurants, they do this sort of thing
Yeah.
just for like the publicity.
attention.
Home of the $120 Bloody Mary.
Now, what if Claudio sponsors your wedding? And that's what everybody gets to drink on their way
Hey,
in.
a restaurant sponsor? I'd be
Yeah.
all for that
Yeah,
because
wouldn't that be
food's like the
nice?
biggest
Oh, yeah.
cost of a
Yeah.
wedding.
Could
And-
you imagine and you get a guest that says, I'm allergic to seafood?
I would say, well, you don't need to be here. Go away.
Invited.
You're uninvited. Go swimming. All right, Daily Flash is always here for you. Our website is open, and we have more of today's trends, tomorrow's talk coming up.
Right after.
KSA Entertainment is proud to offer programming to the men and women of our military and their families, serving all over the world on AFN, American Forces Network, seen worldwide.
Our next guest has had a long, successful career singing in clubs and restaurants all across the U.S. And now, at the age of 77, he's in the running, I should say, to make Grammy history by becoming the oldest artist ever nominated for Best Pop Solo Performance. His name is John Michael Ferrari, and he joins us on Daily Flash. Hi, John Michael.
Hey!
Good morning. Wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Oh, great to have you. This is so exciting. It has to be quite thrilling for you. How does it feel to kind of embark on this new honor?
Well, ever since I was a little kid, I used to live at the Nevada State Children's Home. I would dream of this. I'd play in bands, and I thought one day I just wanted to have the opportunity. I didn't know what opportunity, but just exactly this: be able to be up there on with the Grammy consideration. Never thought it could happen, and here it is.
You've performed mostly cover songs for your career. What made you venture into writing and performing your own songs?
Well, I'd always write a little bit, but I didn't know how to make that crossover. When you perform other people's songs, it's always nice and people enjoy that. But when you start doing your own material, it puts you in a whole different division of your career, because you really have an opportunity to get on the radio. When you're singing other people's songs, you don't have that opportunity. But one day, Pepper J, my manager, came in and she said, "We're going to Nashville and record your songs." That changed everything right there.
So when are the Grammy nominations announced, and where will you be for that announcement?
I think they're going to be announced in November 7th, something like that. And that's going to be exciting. But, this is exciting. Just to be in consideration is an amazing thing. And to have my picture on Times Square, billboard down there, who would have thought? I mean, this is just wonderful, and this is fun.
This is great. Let me get a little history on you. How did you end up performing on stage? Was it something you were always drawn to? Did you happen to fall into it? Was it just kind of a chance moment?
I think I was about 8 years old, and I remember getting my first guitar and learning how to hold it and watching Elvis, and I thought, he inspired everybody. And then having the Beatles come out, and they inspired everybody. It was just something I knew I wanted to do. There's a point in your life where you just know this is what you want. Nothing else, just this. And I found it, and I stuck with it. And it's been a long road. It's taken this long to get here.
Well, sometimes those are the best gifts, right? When you receive that success later on in life.
Yeah. It is. And the thing is, I know my craft better now than I did when I was younger, and even when I was in my 40s or 50s. I know, because the technology has changed so considerably, and I've tried to keep up with it. So it's come at a good time, and what can I say? It's just beautiful.
Well, speaking of technology, I mean, obviously you've seen the music industry change so much throughout your career, right? What have you been able to kind of sit back and take in, and what's your perspective on all the different changes?
Well, it was a time when you had to go to a studio to get everything done. Now I have my own recording studio. I don't do masters there. I just do demos. But it gives you an opportunity to have an idea of what you want on the recordings. I do everything here in our little studio. We go to Nashville. I played for the session leader. We sit down, we write out the charts. We hand it to the musicians and they play it. And oh my gosh, it's just magical. It's a magical thing to be in the studio.
You've done a lot of cover songs over your career. What are some of your favorites that you like to perform, and what do audience members love to see?
Bobby Darin. Those songs, somewhere beyond the sea. When you do those, people just smile. And I love doing those songs. And I still like to throw those kind of songs in when I'm performing my original songs. It just gives it a nice feeling that people may not be familiar with my songs all the time, but when I throw those songs in, they know them, and it puts a smile on their face.
That's terrific. And what sort of advice would you have for a young singer-songwriter who wants to get into the business?
Find somebody who's doing what you want to do, and sit with them. That's what we did. We went to Nashville, we sat down with people who had a career, that were doing what we wanted to do. We took their advice. We took most of it. And, that's what got us to where we are now, because, once we got to Nashville, 2 months later, we got on our first national chart. It's because we took the advice of people who were in the business doing what we wanted to do. So try to find a mentor, somebody who's doing what you want to do, and work with them.
Well, we are so excited for you. You can follow John Michael on social media or visit his website, johnmichaelferrari.com. Such an honor to chat with you. Good luck. We wish you the best of luck. And we're going to close out with a clip of your new single, When Love is
Wonderful.
Love.
Come talk with me a while. I see lovely in your smile. Your perfume whispers hello. Hold on and never let go. When love is love, baby will know.
Something funny is going on, and it's happening every morning on Broadway and Friends, on great radio stations all across the U.S. of A. Broadway, T-Wall, Mitch Pancake English, and Sweet Becca. Broadway and Friends, 4 mics, 0 filters, and more opinions than your Aunt Cheryl's Facebook feed. Broadway and Friends. Want to join the madness? Hit up BroadwayandFriends.com.
Spell out the word
and jump into the deep end, blasting for the back road to the big leagues. Broadway and Friends. The most fun you can have with your radio on.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. 6 decades after her death, actress Marilyn Monroe remains a fascination. A new book has just been released, and it's filled with never-before-seen photos of Marilyn. Dear Marilyn, the unseen letters and photographs was compiled from the archive of photographer Sam Shaw. He became friends with her back in the early 1950s before she became famous. The Shutterbug became her close confidant during some of the most difficult and tumultuous times in her life.
She looks so gorgeous. Can we keep going through these pictures, Keegan? And obviously that's the
That's
photographer.
Beautiful.
I want to show you the one that really caught my eye. This next right here.
Oh yeah.
To me, that's frameable.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. And and it's weird. You think never before seen. As much as people are just striving for more and more, getting more content from her, because she just is this enigma of fascination in American pop culture.
It's strange that she's had this much staying power for this long.
Right? Yeah. You're right.
That to me surprises me, because you think, well, we'll move on to something else. And I don't know if it's because she had such an interesting history and a questionable death and all of those things tied to her. I mean, maybe the same could be said for Elvis too. Why we still have a fascination with Elvis.
Too soon for sure.
Yeah.
And then you also think like, okay, I hate to sound like this, but like if she had not died, would she still be as famous?
See, that's a good question.
So there's a part of that.
Yes, and I wonder too, the same with Elvis. Like, had he lived to be, every year they say his birthday, and I'm like, wow, what if he were still alive today? Would he be as popular and as much of an icon as he is in our eyes.
And the information that we get, even now today, and not even a month ago, I just found out that they had somebody was talking about Elvis, I guess, and I don't know why, but anyway. And they said he had not gone to the bathroom in like 2 months before. I mean, like those small little facts like that. And like, okay, first off, somebody that died a long time ago, like it's only because it's Elvis is the only reason I find that interesting.
Right, and he died on the toilet.
And he died on the toilet, which they
oh.
unclogged and all
Yeah.
that. Let's move forward. I'm so sorry. When you want to unclog in your marriage, you get divorced. But Jennifer Lopez says she has no regrets from getting divorced from Ben Affleck. In fact, the 56-year-old Lopez called the 2024 split the best thing that ever happened to her.
Oh.
All right, well, the singer spoke about her ex while promoting her upcoming movie musical, Kiss of the Spider-Woman, which Affleck produced. J-Lo finalized her divorce, Ben, back at the beginning of the year, January. Affleck says that despite the split, they are both on good terms.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a lot about learning and moving on. And also, you want to always feel victorious. Having been divorced, you want to feel the victorious. So, yes, you're going to say it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Of course.
Because it was horrible. I'm like, well, you know, okay, you had 2 times, you wanted to marry this guy, so you really apparently wanted to marry him.
Yeah.
She also came out that she was on another podcast. I don't think it's the same thing, but she was talking about how great she was as a track runner. Apparently, she did pretty well in high school, but she said that she has a record, a state record, and somebody looked up and was like, you were nowhere near the state record. But she was quite the athlete. So, and she's a beautiful woman, and I hate divorces. Who would want to break up?
But she's been married several times. She's the type of celebrity I think likes to be married. She likes the whole ceremony of it and the pomp and circumstance.
She's the queen of the day.
No,
I mean, really, that's what a wedding is.
Absolutely, that's a great point. Her movie Kiss of the Spider-Woman completely bombed at the box office. It didn't even crack $1 million. I think it was like $800,000.
And you'll tell me more about this movie because I know nothing about it.
I didn't even realize it was in theaters. I had heard a little bit about it, but it's a remake of a movie that came out.
I remember that. The name of the movie.
Yeah, and so it's just like, I think now she's struggling for attention.
I think, and it's a lot of when you were as high of where she was as far as popularity goes, there is some, I would imagine, I'm not a psychiatrist or anything, but you have to find the happy medium. You go, you know what, I'm never going to always be here.
Yeah.
I need to start getting comfortable with being here, and then you have your longevity, and that's why I think there's some stars. People were coming out about Pedro Pascal saying, listen, you're in way too much stuff. You need to stop.
Yes, that's a great point.
And they're saying that about Walton Goggins as well. And so even though when you're hot, everybody wants you, so you take the work. And you try to get out there as much as possible, but then you get burnt out.
But the risk of overexposure and people getting sick and tired of seeing you is definitely part of it. And and that might be in her case. She's gorgeous, super talented.
She is.
It's one of those things where it's like, we wouldn't mind not seeing you for a little bit. We'd like to miss you so that we could see you again.
Jerry Seinfeld could have done, I tell everybody about this, Jerry Seinfeld could have done one more season, the 10th season and of his show, Seinfeld, but he says, no, if you're a comedian, you always want them wanting more. And he walked away from like $100 million deal back in the 90s.
That's a good point.
So always kind of remember that.
That's
know your value and don't burn everybody out.
Yeah.
Oh, which means, even take commercial breaks if you have to.
Yes, I know. They can be inconvenient at times.
You want to do one?
I think so. Let's do one.
They're
but
getting sick of it.
let's promote our website,
dailyflashshow.com. It never ends, the show there.
24/7, 365.
And James is waiting for you, lurking, waiting.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. We've got friends all across the nation. Maddie.
All over the nation, 219 great affiliates, including the Armed Forces Network, which is all around the world. You're actually going to head to our website and click the Where to Watch thing and send it to your friends and family. And today, we are visiting our friends and family in WIVN in Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland Rock.
All right. I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame up there. It's pretty awesome.
I've been to the Christmas Story House.
Oh,
up
have
there.
you?
Up there too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Cleveland, cool town.
Yeah, very
All right.
nice.
First, I'm going to ask all y'all a question here.
Okay.
It's going to be a two-parter. Would you go to a presidential library? And if so, which presidential library would you go to? So past presidents, everybody familiar with what a presidential library is? Okay. So I'll offer you first, Andrea.
I've been to two, the Nixon Library and the Ronald Reagan Library, both in California.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Maddie?
I've been to the Reagan one in California as well, where you get to walk through his plane at the time. His Air
Very
Force
cool.
plane. Yeah,
And
it's pretty
then,
neat.
sweet baby, who's your president? You look like a Millard Fillmore guy.
I know everybody's thinking Barack, but no, I want to.
Why would
I
we
want to
think
do
that?
Bush.
Why? Why? Why
I
you gotta
love
assume?
Bush. Let me tell you why.
Wait, which Bush though? Which
'Cause-
one? There's
What the last one?
Okay.
Was it
GW.
GW.
why so?
GW, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
Two.
Okay,
The
just which
moment
why?
he said-
Okay, we got it.
The moment he said, "I thank people for waving with all 5 fingers," that had me there. So
Waving with
because
all 5
people, he was in the motorcade and people were giving him the bird.
Oh.
I think everybody waving for all 5 fingers.
Yes.
So,
Now
so
it's
that
easy.
had me. I
Okay.
want to see that.
That's good. Okay.
All right. Well, first off, okay, I've
how
never
about
been
you?
to a president. I've never been to one. If I go, it'd be Reagan. I found him just fascinating.
Fascinating, yeah.
And I kind of, I guess, went, I went to Lincoln's hometown, so I don't know what that got. Anyway, so there's a big deal with these presidential libraries, and they spend a lot of money on it. The Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library is now going up in North Dakota.
Okay.
Price tag, you want to take a ballpark figure of how much it costs? And you've been through it, so you probably know like what Reagan or Nixon's was.
Oh,
But take a
gosh.
guess. But just
30 million?
30 million, say you, Maddie.
50, 60
50,
million?
how about $400 million?
What?
It's going to be
What?
in Medora. That's how much money they raised for it. It's going to be found in Medora, North Dakota. Now, I need you to say, where's Menora?
Where is Menora, North Dakota?
Oh, it's that town with 160 people in it, literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
So they're building this presidential library for that they've raised $400 million for in this small little town. It's going to be 100,000 square feet. And as I said, this little town probably really appreciates it because now they'll have some kind of business and industry coming through here.
Okay.
They say their goal,
400 million.
they want to make it for picnics, weddings, even presidential debates. And so they're spending, maybe they found a lot of land no one's at. So they said, let's go
Okay.
at it. But the
Okay.
point that I'm making is that, and 400 million, I would imagine, I know that President Clinton's isn't his in New York City, like in the Bronx or something like that. Or like he helped
Yes.
really change all of that because that's what
Yes.
these things do. So it's a presidential library where, and I'm sure there's an Arkansas one too, and folks at home will let us know. But why, it's a fundraising thing, but why do you need it? I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, it's all about legacy. I
Certainly.
mean, that's really the majority of it is all about your legacy. Trump will have one in Miami. They've already secured that spot. Barack Obama's is still being built in Chicago. That's become a giant fiasco.
Clinton's is in Little Rock.
Little Rock.
Yeah.
But he does have somebody
He has an office in the Bronx.
he's an
He has an
office,
office in the
And
Bronx.
they're
yeah.
saying that at the time, because that wasn't built yet, that was like the temporary, but you're
Yeah.
right, thank you.
But it's a chance to house legacy, history, mementos, moments.
Isn't that what
in
the
time.
internet, I guess touching, feeling, that sort of thing. Seems like it should be more of like a traveling. I was joking, like
that's a
Millard
good
Fillmore,
point.
like what, like these presidents,
Yeah.
people don't really know much about. Do they get one?
Right, and Roosevelt. I mean, I get it. Like, but he was so long ago. Like, why doesn't?
Why
he,
it took so long?
Why did it take so? And why now? Like,
Because I think they see that this could be an industry. So basically, if you think like
Yeah.
we're basically like opening up a convention center under a guy's name, and we'll use his stuff to get people here, but they're going to use it useful but functional.
and isn't he on Mount Rushmore? Maybe that's why it's in North Dakota.
I would imagine.
Teddy
that.
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I
Isn't
think
that
he
enough?
is.
Don't you think?
I think so. That's more
Right?
than enough.
You get your face on a mountain. You need
Exactly.
a $400 million library.
Good question.
Can you check books out of the library? I want to know. Welcome back to Daily Flash. We're dancing on the scene, of course. This week, you got another thing coming. Doreen chatting it up with Judas Priest bassist and founding member Ian Hill.
Today on The Scene with Doreen, I may break a few laws because I sit down with original bassist and founding member of Judas Priest, Ian Hill. They have a new tour and an album, and I can't wait to dig in. Check it out. Very few bands can be described as metal gods and have an influential sound that lasts over 50 years. It has to feel pretty surreal that you are still out there rocking with the best of them.
I know. I mean, when we started in those days, to late 60s, 69, the concept of someone our age being able to play sort of contemporary music just didn't exist, you know. I mean, even Crosby was still in his 60s, Sinatra was in his 50s, Elvis was in his 40s, you know.
Yeah.
And the thought of somebody sort of, you know, sort of throwing shapes when they're in the 70s, it didn't even equate, you know.
And you've really become known as that glue that held Judas Priest together, rather than the flashy, solo-oriented approach like a lot of bassists sometimes, and especially in modern bands. You are excellent at serving the song and letting the other part shine on top of what you do.
Well, yeah. So thanks for saying that. But yeah, the other three were more showy than me. They always were, you know. Rob, Ken, and Glenn. They sort of hogged the front of the stage, and that was fine with me, you know, because believe it or not, I'm rather shy. So so that worked for me as well.
It is unbelievable, but 2025 marks the 45th anniversary of your mega hit, Breaking the Law.
Oh, thank you very much. I didn't realise that until you told me. I had
Yeah.
45 years, what do you know?
It's a super fun fact. It was recorded at the former home of Ringo Starr, and John Lennon actually recorded Imagine in the very same space years prior.
Yeah, that's right. The thing was, when we were recording that album, it was the time when Lennon was shot.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if you've ever seen the video of Imagine.
Yes.
He's playing on a piano, and Yoko's going around and opening all these curtains in this room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen that. We were sitting in that room when that came on the TV. You know, there wasn't one of us that didn't look around expecting to see Yoko opening the curtains.
Poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, Lord, yeah.
Also, I want to give a shout out to your recent release of War Pigs charity version featuring Ozzy Osbourne. And all the profits are being donated to the Glenn Tipton Parkinson's Foundation and Cure Parkinson's.
That's right, yeah. Of course, Ozzy and Glenn both tragically suffer from it, you know. So the Osbourne people, you know, sent us over some recordings of Ozzy, and our producer Andy Sneap, who's obviously now is one of our guitarists, he slotted it in, you know, and it turned out great. It was perfect. It just completed it.
How did it feel to hear his vocals after, you know, everything happened and we lost him? And then you're in the studio technically with him.
You've just given me goosebumps. Just by saying
I
that.
kind of gave him to myself too. It was sort of that moment.
It's another surreal moment, you know. Going back to like the John Lennon connection. I mean, Ozzy was just larger than life. His character will live way longer than his music.
Visit JudasPriest.com for more info, music, tour dates, and just stay connected with everything that is Judas Priest and the great Ian Hill.
Doreen, it's been a pleasure. Anytime.
Ian Hill and Judas Priest always prove they've got another thing coming. And if you want to hear more of our great conversation, visit here. I'm Doreen Taylor with The Scene with Doreen here at the Daily Flash each week. See you next time.
Hey, Mitchie.
Hey, Jackson!
Yeah, I want to talk about that big story coming out of Hollywood.
Hold on, wait. I want to get Matt in on this call, all right? Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Mitch and Dias?
Matty!
Mitchie.
Mateus.
Mitch, my man.
So, Matty of Birkenshire.
What's going on?
Hey, AJ wants us to talk about a big story that's happening.
This kid, the Kiki, says hi. He has his own Instagram.
That's great, Matt, but I really want to talk about this big story coming out of Hollywood.
Ooh, dog and cat! It's
You should check it out. This kid, the Kiki.
I want to know what's going on.
What?
Oh, okay, so real quick. Why does he still have a dial-up modem?
Hey, I gotta get back to wrestling stuff.
It's on the music.
You know what? Maybe we should just try this later.
Okay, all right. Peace and love.
Daily Flash.
Where are you?
It's just better when you're part of the conversation. Join us online.
Let's jump into some trending stories. This one, alrighty, makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
A local California woman fed up with allowing boys to undress in the girls' locker room She took matters in her own hand by stripping down to a bikini, all at a recent board meeting. So somebody had some fun. Wasn't that boring? But a board, that's what I meant. Anyway, she wanted to highlight the controversial school policy making board members feel uncomfortable. Guess what? They were. They ordered her to stop removing her clothes and called for a recess twice. She wanted them to understand how young girls might feel in the locker room who are forced to undress in front of boys. That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's it seemed like it was an effective way. Also, we're talking about it. And if they can't be offended, well, you know, you kind of wonder, well, you're making
young girls undressed in front of boys in the locker room. I don't understand how we got to this point.
Right?
To me, it's insane. And I don't know how we went from the Me Too moment, you know, where if you looked at a woman the wrong way, you were canceled or,
That's a good point.
you know, basically done away with. And now we've got boys in women's locker rooms and girls' it makes zero sense to me. And then you add a girl in the boys' locker room in Virginia, and the boys were concerned about it, and they brought it up, and they've all been suspended. And it's like the boys are like, well, what is this girl doing in our locker room?
And they have to make the rules now. And you know what it's going to come down to? If they don't change, they're going to have a third locker room for anybody to go in there. Why not teachers?
There you go.
You know, I mean, I identify as a student, even though I'm a 56-year-old man. You have to understand that it's got to stop. And again, our theme of Daily Flash, what he's talking about is these social contracts. It's like, you know what, if you're making somebody uncomfortable, do you really feel that you need to go in there and do that? Go to a private bathroom.
I just don't understand what the whole point of any of this is.
It to be controversial.
Zero sense to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Starbucks is closing hundreds of U.S. stores as part of a major restructuring plan. The company is rolling out its Back to Starbucks plan that aims to improve the in-store experience for customers. The overall number of stores will decrease by about 1%. Around 450 stores have already closed, and the company has terminated hundreds of employees, many in areas where they were demanding higher pay and more flex time, especially in places where they were looking to unionize.
Which I find hilarious. You're the union barista number 483. And you know, they had new management come in there, and they've seen a lot of changes, some of which I really like. I think it's going back to where they were at, and maybe they getting too big. It's always weird to me when I'm say in a big city and I'm at a Starbucks and I literally can see across the street another one.
Yes.
And here's what I want. If you're going to sell Starbucks at a hotel, but it's not really a Starbucks, which is really, they just use you should say that. Because when you go to look for Starbucks, I don't want to go into to a hotel.
How many times have you been taken to a Target or a grocery store when you're looking for a Starbucks in the neighborhood?
Just the other day. And I said, I cannot believe. So now I got to go inside the Target to go do it. And which, it's not, who cares?
Yes.
But they should say, this one's inside a Target.
Yeah. Do I need a standalone Starbucks as a precursor to my search?
And by you saying that makes me feel, I know there are so many people that are so tired of this.
100%.
Me and Liza are the same thing. It's like, well, make sure it's not
inside a store or a hotel or
Not good. Yeah, and the hotel, they never get it right.
No.
One time I saw it, it said, they had a sign and it says, we have Starbucks coffee. It was in quotes.
Oh, in quotes.
Which really made me go, wait a minute, is it really Starbucks? You know, like when you put things in quotes, it's like, we have Starbucks coffee. Not necessarily the James. All right, what do you think about this? We would love to hear from you. Flash at dailyflashshow.com. This time of year is busy. Move over onto the tube. The NBA basketball season is here. Preseason games already kicking off. So we thought we'd want to get the bucket ball energy going. So we're going to be kicking it off with a little game here. And we got not only, we have James, but we also have the really cool, check this out. This is the ESPN competition LED 2-player arcade basketball right here so we can find out who actually is going to be the winner. You can get this right now at Sam's Club. You got your lights, sound effects, automatic scoring. No debating who will win this one. James, how's this going to work?
All right, here we go. We got anchor versus anchor, all right? Andrea Smooth Shot Jackson against Mitch Double Dribble English, all right? Here you go. You're going to stand in front of it. Now, you each get 30 seconds to score as many points as possible. The winner will go against Matt. Please call a foul, Doolittle. Okay, so let's get it going,
with the
guys.
Lakers. All right, here we go.
All right.
The winner of this takes on Maddie. It's so easy to play this. Tell me when you're ready. You just press the play button, okay?
All right. Now, just know you're playing for this coveted award, guys. Let's get it.
All right. So
here we go, Andrea. Let's go. Here we go. All right. Both of them are shooting very terribly. Okay, let's go. Oh, Mitch is in the lead. Mitch is in the lead. Oh, come on, Andrea. Smooth shot Jackson. Let's go. Andrea. Oh, there we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh, come on, Andrea. Let's keep shooting. Keep shooting. There we go. Are we almost tied? No, we're not. Mitch is in the lead. Here we go. Here we go. We got a few more seconds, guys. Keep going. Keep going. Keep giving a shot. Mitch is taking 4. Oh, he's taking the lead. Come on, Andrea. You can do it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's it. Oh.
28. How many?
We got Mitch double dribble.
All right, get over here. Here we go.
Versus Matt. Please call a foul Doolittle. Let's get it. Here we go, guys. And go. Here we go. All right, Mitch is in the first place. Here we go. Matt can't shoot it for the save his life. There we go. Here we go. Mitch is doing a great job. Come on, Matt.
Killing it.
Oh, he's scoring so much. He's making Matt look terrible. There he goes. There we go. Oh, Matt, you can't shoot it to save it. Let's go. Come on, keep going, guys. The timer is going down. Who will come out the winner?
Oh, wow, Matt with a comeback. Matt with a comeback.
Here we go.
1.
Oh, what's the score?
What was the score?
Matt.
What was it? 20. Matt wins. Matt with a comeback.
My height, for one good thing in my life.
There you go. And you, sir, are the winner of the first ever Anchor versus Anchor.
It's the most cherished championship I've ever won.
There you go.
So much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, son.
Guess where he's going?
Regionals!
Good job, Matt. Good comeback. ESPN Pro Competition Arcade is available now exclusively at Sam's. You can also go to samsclub.com. Perfect for the family game night or friendly competition like you saw. That does it for our show. Y'all take care.
Going on the trophy case.
Going on the trophy case. Mom, you'll be proud.
We're back right after this. Welcome back to Daily Flash. It is time for our Wow Wednesday.
Yeah, crazy stuff happened. Maddie, what do you got?
So one big thing that's come out this week, it's Michael J. Fox's new book, Future Boy, and it documents his time when he was on Family Ties and then also having to do Back to the Future at the same time. And we all know the story about how he replaced Eric Stoltz, who went into, middle of nowhere, but then also it's, Michael's like fight with Parkinson's. He's been out there promoting it, and you don't realize he has raised over $3 billion. Are
you kidding me? $3 billion?
Wow. Over $3 billion for Parkinson's research over the time that he's had it, and he talks about how he had the struggles with it in the beginning. At the end of Back to the Future 3, he started having symptoms and everything, and especially in Doc Hollywood is when he really started feeling it. So he's been out there promoting this, and he's one of my favorite actors. He's been one of my favorite people. His episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm is one of the best ever.
If you haven't seen it, it's awesome.
Shaking a Coke, and he makes fun of it, but he also promotes it, and he's been out there, and it's just...
He's Larry's neighbor, and Larry wants to complain to the neighbor about making all the noise, shaking on the floor and everything, and he finds out it's Michael J. Fox.
But I'm halfway through this book right now, and it's really a good story, especially for anybody that loves Hollywood and all that. And Back to the Future, to me, is one of those perfect movies, and how they had to beg the producers of Family Ties to let him go from the Paramount studio to Universal. He was sleeping on the set. He was sleeping in a station wagon. He never believed this would happen, and it's really a really great, compelling
It's a
story.
great, imagine, companion to the documentary that came out.
Which
they were, and you were talking about Doc Hollywood. They were talking about, and they would show shots of way back then. You'd see he had a little bit of shaking, and that was oh man, that's how long he's actually been dealing with it. And then I hear, which I didn't know, $3 billion. Way to go, man.
Well, and he talks about how he was fighting it, and he was using alcohol to get through it, and then his wife and his kids really pushed him, be like, Dad, come on, we'll be with you, and how he could turn this into a support thing, and it's really a great story. So I love Michael J. Fox.
Future Boy.
Future Boy. It's
the
a
hat.
Great book.
Explain the hat. So
it's a Back to the Future.
I know, but not. I don't know if you could tell that it's got.
It's got the glisten on it.
Well, you can tell, but in different lighting, you can.
I mean, if somebody's going to have some stupid movie prop, it's going to be me. So
That's why we had. That's what Andrea and I say about you.
I'm almost done with my Lego DeLorean too. So.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's sad. And the cat's okay.
The cats haven't eaten it.
That does it for our show. Y'all take care. We love you. Go to our website.
Everybody.